What's going on, people? Mike C-Town here with another episode of Records and Ramblings. I don't really have any rambling, I guess. Hopefully you guys are doing well. I've had an absolute trash week. Actually, it's been like a trash 3 weeks, maybe even month. And yeah, I've been listening to a lot of music, which hopefully will inspire me to do more videos. I knocked out those 2 reviews for Aesop Rock and Clipping. Hopefully you guys have checked those out. I've got some more reviews coming as well, but yeah, I just felt like talking about some records because that kind of takes my mind off of the bullshit, and hopefully it does the same for you. So yeah, let's get into it. First record I'm going to show you, this is a record that I'm not sure why I haven't shown this yet. This was one of my favorite albums from last year, but this is Gardsghastr with Slit Requiem. I talked about this pretty extensively in my best of the year video, but this is amazing symphonic black metal from members of Chaos Moon, but it also features from Azalisasath and Beketh Nexamu. If you like symphonic black metal that still sounds super dark and evil and doesn't sound cheesy, then you've got to check this out. Records Are on Black won't bother showing you that. But yeah, I hope these guys do another album because this one was just fantastic. I know every single symphonic black metal album that's ever created gets compared to In the Nightside Eclipse if it's good. I don't think this sounds like Emperor. I could maybe see a little bit of a similarity, but it's its own project, you know? It sounds like really, really well-written symphonic black metal. So if that's your thing, give it a shot. Next record that I'm going to show you is by a band whose name I meant to go look up how to pronounce, and I forgot, but I think this is Les Chasseurs de la Nuit. It's some French shit, I don't know, but this is Gleam on You Empty Gem. And yeah, this is a record from this year, and it's actually one of my favorite records of this year. This is Kim Larson from Of the Wand and the Moon, if you're familiar with that project. The last record that they did was absolutely fantastic and ended up being one of my favorite albums of last year. And the last one was a bit varied when it comes to like soundscape stuff and some noisy passages along with the neo-folk. And yeah, this one does the same thing. Like, it could legit just be a new Of the Wand and the Moon project, and I wouldn't bat an eye. Records on Black won't bother showing you that. The only real differences between this project and Of the Wand and the Moon, the vocals on this project are a bit more hushed and kind of whispered, and the noisy passages are a bit more frequent than you might hear on an Of the Wand and the Moon album. But outside of that, if you like Of the Wand and the Moon, or if you like Death in June or whatever, then I think you'll really like this. It's a really, really, really good project. It's on Tesco, so it should be fairly easy for you guys to find. I don't think it's out of print or anything. It is limited though, but I don't remember what the limitation was, so whatever. Alright, the next 2 albums are by the same band. This is a band that kind of showed up out of nowhere and took over people's attention. But yeah, this is Mulla. I don't know the pronunciation or even the translation of the album title, so sorry. But yeah, this is a really cool project, old school Norwegian black metal sounding stuff. Supposedly they're from Iran. I say supposedly because, without getting into all of the stupid drama and shit, and not that I personally even care, but I was always a bit skeptical of the story with this band. Not specifically only because they're from Iran, but the whole rollout seemed really odd, you know? They released an EP, and while it's really, really, really good, it seemed odd how fast it spread. But then they started working with a couple of labels. One of them I wouldn't say necessarily is an NSBM label, but they release a lot of NSBM. And then the other one seems definitely like an NSBM label. So I just found that bizarre, you know, a band from Iran releasing black metal on very NS adjacent labels. It just, I don't know, seemed like a weird choice. And I know one of the labels released a statement about the band being liars, but they didn't go into specifics Either way, if you care about the drama, you'll have to dig around to figure out what the hell's going on, because I couldn't find it. But if you're just looking for some really good black metal, then yeah, here you go. This was limited to 100 copies. I have number 74. I don't know how hard this is to find right now, so yeah. And let me clarify, I'm not attacking the band at all if they're from Iran or if they're not from Iran. Like I said, it's not that big of a deal to me. And maybe they didn't understand or know about the whole NS thing. I don't know. Either way, I just found it all weird. But this is another Mulla record. This one sounds a bit less like Darkthrone to me. It still has a modern black metal feel to it. Still, it's necro sounding, but not overly raw or anything. But it's still really, really good. Records on black won't bother showing you that. I don't know what this one was limited to, so I don't know if you can still get a copy of this one. But yeah, this band has been cranking the songs out. Like, I think they dropped at least one more demo after this, if not 2 more demos. So yeah, you can go to their Bandcamp and listen. They're just a really fucking good band. And yeah, hopefully the goofy controversy doesn't overtake the band actually being good. Hopefully it's not another Ghost Bath situation. But yeah, either way, Mulla. So, I was talking to someone yesterday about power violence and emo violence. So it made me think of this record that I haven't shown yet. This is the Palatka Asshole Parade Split. This is called the Network of Friends, I believe, right? Network of Friends Project Part 2. So, yeah, these are 2 bands from Florida. Both bands I'd seen back in the day. I may have even seen them together, I'm not sure. But, yeah, I'd seen Palatka quite a few times. They'd play these absolutely insane sets with, like, 25 songs, and the entire set would be, like, 8.5 minutes. So, they'd set up all their shit, play for, like, 8.5 minutes, and be like, alright, we're done, and then they'd bounce. And, believe it or not, man, no one really got mad. It was really fucking funny. But yeah, they were an awesome band. Not quite power violence, but they can be tossed in that bucket kind of depending on who you're talking to. I feel like if you're a fan of stuff like Reversal of Man, they're kind of like a faster version of Reversal of Man. Or if you're into Orchid, you may dig these guys if you've never heard them. Asshole Parade is another band from Florida that is great. More of the same. Fast, crazy riffs. Sometimes they have low and high vocals, so they were kind of thrown more into that grind category. But yeah, I believe I saw them once with Inhumanity at a house show, Ida Phi House, for anybody that is familiar with ATL. But yeah, they were just fucking awesome live. God, I miss those days, man. Old house shows. Shit was fucking great. Yeah, their older stuff is more power violence-y. They did put out stuff a little bit later on in their career that was more straightforward hardcore. All of it's great, but I'm still kind of more of a fan of the power violence-y stuff. But if you're not super familiar with power violence and you kind of want to check out some stuff, or if you're not a fan or familiar with emo violence, you know, this is a good way to go if you can find this record. It's pretty cheap and it's not like, you know, hard to come by. Next record I'm going to show you, this is Sadistik's Haunted Gardens. I'm not sure why I haven't shown this either, but this was one of the best hip-hop albums to come out last year. I reviewed it on my channel. If I can remember, I'll drop a link down there in the description section. So I won't go too deep into this album, but I love this album. I think it's just fucking amazing. It's on this pink vinyl, if you can see that. But yeah, I put this record on yesterday, and it's just so damn good. It's seriously a beautiful record. It's dark, but it's pretty at the same time. And y'all already know I'm a big Sadistik fan, so I talk his stuff up quite a bit. But this album is just, it's gorgeous. It's seriously gorgeous. Hopefully I don't get taken down for showing that cover. Her boobies are covered, YouTube, so don't be a fucking dick. It really makes me wonder how Sadistik is not bigger. Like, seriously, how is he not more popular? Listen to a song like 8.5. It's fucking insane. Like, his flow patterns are fucking insane. But yeah, shout out to Sadistik for being a good dude. Shout out to him for putting out fantastic albums. And if you've not heard this yet and you're into hip-hop, you should definitely give this a shot. Especially if you're into stuff like, I don't know, like horror or ghost. Is it Ghost Main or Ghosty Main? However you fucking pronounce that. Nothing against him. I just don't know how to pronounce his name. But yeah, if you're into that kind of stuff, I feel like you should like Sadistik. So, yeah. And the last record I'm going to show in this edition of Records and Ramblings. This is Septic Death. Now that I have the attention, what do I do with it? Yeah. I'm stoked to have this. Old school punk rock, if you're not familiar with Septic Death. They're kind of known for being the band that Pusshead came from. He was the guitarist and the vocalist of this band. If you're not familiar with Pusshead, I don't know what to fucking tell you, but yeah, Pusshead, legendary artist. Most people know him for doing a lot of the drawings for the Metallica merch. And also, Kirk Hammett played on a Septic Death 7-inch, which I'd love to get a bootleg of that. Which, by the way, this is definitely a bootleg. An OG of this will run you over $100, I'm sure. This came out in 2017, this particular bootleg. God, I don't even know anyone that has... Well, I probably do know people who have OGs of this. I bet you Eric Bauer has a fucking OG of this. I wouldn't be surprised if Pat from Ground Zero Salem has a OG of this, but I don't, guys. I don't. I have this great bootleg, and it sounds really good. You know, I paid like $20 for this as opposed to over 100. And yeah, it's not like the original was like impeccably recorded and mixed or anything, right? So it's okay if this one doesn't have amazing sound quality, but to be honest, I think it sounds really good. It's a quality, thick bootleg. I don't usually show black records, but I don't know. You probably can't even see how thick that is. But yeah, it's a nice, thick vinyl. They even copied the center labels there, and it even has the inner sheet here. A nice replica of that. So yeah, this is awesome. I don't remember where I bought this. I know I got this in Atlanta somewhere. But yeah, I don't remember where. But I know I got it for really cheap. But yeah, this is considered their first album. I guess it could also be considered a compilation because a lot of the songs on here were already released. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, I remember them saying that they did like some overdubs of guitars and maybe vocals. But yeah, this is very pissed off, aggressive, and noisy and nasty sounding punk rock. Has a definite metal edge to it, so I could see why metal dudes were also really into this band. But yeah, I'd love to get the vinyl bootlegs of the other two albums as well. But anyways, Septic Death. If you're into old school punk rock, if you're into old school hardcore, even if you're into like old school kind of chaotic thrashy metal type stuff, I think you'd really be into this. So give it a shot. Alright, that's going to do it for this edition of Records and Ramblings. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Pay attention to my channel because I'm going to be dropping some more stuff very soon. But as usual, thank you for living, thank you for loving, thank you for being you, and I'll see you guys next time. Alright? Peace out, boy.